What's up, everyone? Good morning. Happy Saturday morning live. Let's zoom in just a bit. I think I should have already done that. What's up, everyone? Glad to see everyone in the chat today. Oh, I meant to. Oh, hold on. Y'all gotta see my key section here. If you didn't see it on Twitter, there we go. We'll zoom out for just a minute. Talk about the keys, my beautiful key section here. I bought too many bit barrel keys recently, and I had to redo the whole section. It's looking good to me, anyway. It's pretty. And yes, as I posted in chat, we have Wes here in the house. He is on mic right now, so everybody say hey to Wes. Dang it, Wes.
Dang it, Wes is here.
Wes is in the house. Yes, can never have too many bit barrel. I thought that, but now I have too many. So, and especially have too many of one particular kind, of two particular kinds. I accidentally ordered too many, but I put them on special order, so there's not a whole bunch that you can do with that many at one time. So I will have them for a while. Some of these are not restockable. I posted this picture. This is crap I talked about on Twitter. Jumping into it right away, but I wanted to show off my key section here. Some of these were ordered from a company that I will not do business with again. Blue Dog keys. But I found that besides this swivel one right here, most of these I can still get through Ilco. I just have to special order them, so it takes a little bit to get them in. That's why I ordered. I wasn't expecting them to come in as quick as they did, but they did. And yes, I don't think Wes was totally prepared to be on the live today, but he showed up this morning to bring back some locks that he dealt with. So we're going to let, a little bit later in the broadcast, we're going to let Wes talk about his experience with some locks. I always give him stuff that I either have not been able to accomplish, like removing best control cylinders from, what am I trying to say, the housing?
Yes, from the housing.
Yeah. He's really good at best. He's like becoming the best expert out there. He's going to be up there doing videos like Tyler does on best one day.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Tyler's a man when it comes to best. He's got a ways to go on that. Tyler needs to do some more videos. I haven't seen one from him lately, but I hadn't checked his channel.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Has it been a while?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I think he realized, I don't know, is he even in chat? Have you seen Tyler in chat, Wes?
I don't think I did.
But yeah, he's, I think he only did those because he realized how difficult it is to do a picture tutorial thing. It's just so much easier to do video. I mean, some people like, do you like watching videos, or do you like seeing like picture tutorials better?
No, the video's way easier.
Yeah, makes it, and even though it takes time to do those videos or any videos, it's much easier than trying to take a bunch of pictures or something and blah blah blah. So I kind of like both. I don't know. What do you guys think in chat? Do you like seeing video explanations? Say if I was taking apart a lock. I mean, the good thing about the like photos is you get to see like close up, you know, and you can just literally sit there and watch. You don't have to freeze the screen or take a screenshot of it. Screenshot. Yeah. Speaking of screenshot, we'll talk about this real quick. This was in my Twitter feed, and I think Martin Locksmith was the first to point it out. So yes, this is holy hell. I didn't talk about that, and this is in no way implying that I do or make challenge locks. I just stamped that on there as kind of a joke. This was supposed to be a joke video a long time ago. Holy hell. Look at that. Even down the blade, too. And this was a test, and it did make it much lighter. And I actually have also as well, and I grind my head down because that head's so big. But, like, feel how light that key is, Wes. Isn't that a light key?
Way light.
Weight reduction. That is the Weight Reduction Act of 2017.
Don't forget your logo, as somebody pointed out in the comments.
Thank you, Wes, for telling me that is why Wes is here. He is actually moderating for real. Lock force home. Lock force assemble. Hey, when it did the right sequence, too. And the batteries are holding up. That's another cable I got to get. right there. Yes, Lockforce logo. Thank you for the reminder, everybody. And this is actually much handier than, because, like, instead of calling me, now Wes
Yeah, I
can
don't have to
moderate.
call
He
you.
doesn't have
Yeah.
to call me and tell me that I've screwed up something. But anything that goes wrong today, guess whose fault it is? Dang it.
Dang it, Wes.
Dang it, Wes's fault. Hey, Scotland. Hey, Kilminster. What is going on? Welcome. I've not seen you in live before, so welcome to Saturday Morning Live. Pocket Woman, good morning. I know it is late everywhere you are, or early, I should say, so thanks for tuning in, all you guys overseas. Definitely thanks for tuning in, because I know it's late for you guys. It's Saturday Morning Live 41. 4 more, y'all. We're going to hit 45 somewhere right after Christmas, I think it is. So, wow, getting on up there with the numbering. It's going to feel weird for me to start over with numbers, like 1. It's just going to be a little bit irritating, too, honestly.
You can always keep it going.
What do we decide? There's 54 Saturday, 52
52
weeks.
weeks
In a year.
Yep.
But that doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be 52 Saturdays. I'll have to check that.
You could always just keep the numbers running.
No, that'll get confusing then, I think. 46, 47. I just
It
hate
would.
that we had to end it with 45. Anyway. 3:40 a.m. Pocket Woman. Yes, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all who stay up late to watch live. Again, we do not have... Oh, wait, we got some... let me go back on the comments here for just a minute. Make sure I haven't missed anything. There we go. Hey, HKS Systems, what is up? Long-time viewer, first-time chatter. Yay! Welcome to live. Welcome to live. Let's put my thing back up here. I'm still having a little bit of issue with all of this. It's just way too cluttered, but I don't have enough room for everything I want to put up there. Speaking of room, I've got all these color keys up here too. The little patterns and designs, and I've got 2 new ones in last week, which made it 1 more than my hook quantity, and I have no room for that, so that means I'm going to have to rebuild my colored keys section, so that kind of sucks, because I got to paint it and take it down and everything. It's just a pain in the butt. Alrighty, Chef Mel, Mr. Hooligan, what's up? Anthony Chiriel. Somebody else changed their name too recently.
Gumby did.
No, Gumby. Right,
But it's been a little while.
After Gumby, somebody just changed their name. I think they put it up in the front here, all the way to the top. It's y'all were talking about tools earlier, and in fact, before live started, Wes and I were talking about tools. Y'all know that I'm trying to get rid of my my red and go to something. So circular saw, Bosch. Is that the one I said?
That's
Bosch?
the one you said. Yeah.
That's blue, right?
Blue-green, yeah.
Who's straight blue? That's
Is it the Cobalt?
no, I wouldn't even
Yeah,
get it.
Cobalt makes one that's blue.
I've got some old blue tools in the back, like cordless grinders. You use a 5.6 longer battery thing. I've actually got a whole bin of useless tools back there. They used those little batteries back then. That's what we used all the time. We had cordless angle grinders, drills, way before 16 volt. I think 5.6 was the shiznit for a long time until they jumped up to... Did they ever have an 8 or did they jump straight to 12? I think they jumped straight to 12
I think they did too.
5.6. So I hadn't decided which one to get yet, whether it's not going to be red, and likely it's not going to be yellow. I'm probably going to try to get... hey, Decline, what's up? Pocket Woman, I already said hey to you. Ian, that's it. Sorry. Hey, Ian. Jeff Moss, what's up? Yeah, we were having a little bit of trouble. That's why I was skipping around in the beginning, because I was having a little trouble with the feed going wonky in the very beginning. But luckily, I think it has sorted itself out. We've got Wes on site moderating that, so I think my analytics saying it's green. It's good. And say hi to everybody else, and we'll get started. Tim Walker, what is up? Logan's on YouTube. Daz, hey, good morning, Daz. Peter Fox, good morning, Dave. Brian. All right, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Sound redundant. Wait, I'm confused. James said something about best expert sound redundant. If you don't.
When you were talking about Wes is a best expert. Best and expert being.
I get it. See? Scotland, again, welcome. In the field, brevity is useful and photos are helpful, but in quiet time, our videos are great. Yeah, I agree too. All right, here we go with the colors.
Yep. Darcy hooked us up.
Makita, that's what I'm thinking. Makita, that's what I have back there. And they are kind of, I guess they are kind of a greenish color.
Speaking of colors, one thing you got to show today is the new diamond plate keys you got in.
Oh, the new
that you posted those. They look sharp.
They look sharp, but they're not exactly diamond plate.
Well, I know they're not plated.
Yeah,
it's printed, but they look really cool.
But did you see it for real up close? The color is not.
Oh, it's a little.
It is a little pink. And somebody on my Instagram at Lock or SE Lock and Key Instagram, but it's just a little. It's got a pink tinge to it, and then when I took a good picture, it came out really, really pink. No filter or anything. I try not to use filters. Diamond plate keys in the paws, which should be a favorite, because people are always getting the puppy and kitten keys. Rune's gonna make a Bosch blue video tomorrow. Diamond tread plate design. Yeah, it almost looks like it's got. Ooh, gonna have some crunchies out there. And then we'll have an obligatory siren. Let y'all look outside for a second. Nothing going on outside. The weather is not frightful today. It is thinking about raining. Wes checked radar for us a little bit ago, and he said it was in Texas, so we'll probably get it late this afternoon. And short sleeve shirts, obviously. It's not too cold for wintertime here.
Any day you can open the shop door is a good day.
Yep, shop door open. And it's a stereoscopic design pattern. If you like cigarettes, you'll see the light force area. That's funny. Jeff's a few minutes behind. Why are you a few minutes behind, Jeff? Did you leave and come back? I think you did. Hey, Fred, what is up? Good morning. Harbor Freight. I would not buy a drill from Harbor Freight. I don't think I'd buy any. Well, I can't say that. I bought a cordless, not a cordless, but a regular corded grinder because they're $12. You can burn it up, and who cares? But I don't think I'd ever think about even those new Hercules. What is it? Hercules?
Yeah.
Have you heard of anybody using or actually seen those? I think that if you in a professional atmosphere, like if you're presenting yourself, and I know that there is, money constraints, so I'm not bashing the brand in any means, but, and I think it's maybe me as just somebody that uses tools. If I saw somebody with one of those, I'd be like, oh yeah, they cheaped out. I mean, not being like, condescending or anything, but like, it's like, okay, well, I'd ask how it worked, I'd probably be like, hey, but have you ever actually seen somebody using one of those yet?
No, and I think it's the same thing you just said. If you pull up on any job site or construction site and saw that, your immediate impression of that contractor goes down. I mean, you judge them.
Yeah, you judge pretty hard. And I hate that, but that's just kind of how it is because, even though I've looked at them at Harbor Freight, just because when they came out, I was like, oh, let's see what this is all about. Who did they copy is what I was kind of wondering.
Yeah.
Who do they compare like their drills to? Milwaukee? Do they think they did red?
I would say so, yeah.
I want to say they probably were doing that against Milwaukee, but And then there's the other couple of things. And of course, I've bought many things at Harbor Freight, but I don't think I would ever buy anything real deal electric worth anything over $10 or $15, like extension cords or batteries. Or, yeah, so batteries can actually hurt. And we were talking about this, or I was talking about this on Twitter. Had a Harbor Freight generator catch fire. Oh yeah, I mean that's especially a generator you kind of leave running unattended, or not necessarily unattended, but if something happens to it, you'd automatically know. But yeah, that's just a bad idea. And they're not cheap. I mean, they're cheap tools, but they're not inexpensive. I'll put it that way. So I'd be pretty pissed. And even though they do have a warranty, I think Harbor Freight's warranty is really good. I took in a 1/4 inch. It's in my truck. I hadn't unboxed it yet, but one of those pop riveters, a big 1/4 inch, because hand pop rivets you won't do a 1/4 inch size, and I have occasion to need to pop rivet a 1/4 inch hole, so I bought one of those big things. This is my third one that I've bought, and I actually broke the first one, or the second one. The first one lasted a while. This is just like a Harbor Freight deal. I mean, you never know what you're going to get. So, like, the first one lasted a year or two, and then the next one broke immediately, and it rode around with me in the truck. And I finally went and took it in, and he kind of hummed and hawed because I took it in without a box, and I was like, literally, I could go outside, take my new one out of the box,
put the old one in the
back
box.
in. And that's probably why they just do it, because I can do that. And I even offered to the cashier, I was like, you can take, because it came with free rivets. I was like, I don't need these rivets. You can have all this stuff. I just want a replacement tool. So, looking for major brands on a commercial job site. By the way, speaking of tools on job sites, y'all seen this hotel in some of my videos that they're building down the street, and they're using a drill rig for I didn't really think about this, but a safe drill rig. Had it mounted on the steel beam, and they were drilling for those. What we were talking about a minute ago.
Yeah.
Like in the hotel, they're fastening down. They've got all the steel beams, of course, but now they're fastening down like wood, 2x4s and stuff to the steel beam. I was walking that way the other day. I guess it's been about a week and a half, and he had a drill rig mounted, magnet like you would use for a safe, because that's the talk of the town right now, because somebody did a video on an auto dialer.
Exactly.
So the talk of the town right now is safe locks. That's the end thing this week because of LPL and Sparrows doing all their safe stuff. But the magnet drill, yes, he had it mounted, and he was sitting there, and he'd reach over every so often and do a little twist like you do, and it was a real deal magnet drill. And it got me wondering whether the locksmiths came up with that, or the building industry came up with it, or the building industry said, hey, let's use this for that.
Probably so. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, magnet rigs have been around for a long time in the locksmith trade. Easy 20 years. So locksmiths, well, I think, laid claim to that whole thing, but you can use it in whatever you need to drill something like that for. I mean, I didn't hang around long, but it was show a magnet drill press mounted on the thing, and he was just sitting there watching it, and every so often he'd reach over and do the thing. So I don't know if they have their own. Maybe the construction trade has their own magnet drill press. It may not have been a safe drill press, but I couldn't see it because it was 2 floors up. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm not going to be standing on a beam balanced 2 floors up. I don't care. Ugh. I'll pass that. Father and son locksmith, what is up? I think I've seen some of your videos, Father and son. You have some videos out on your channel, don't you? I want to say you do. There is a locksmith that I've seen a few videos on. And I can't click through it now the way I do it, but anyway, welcome to Saturday Morning Live Chat. So, steel plate, Night Owl talking about having a drill press, drill strikes, and some steel plate for frameless doors. So, you got Hilti drill rigs for steel and concrete. I bet that's what it was, yeah. The cordless mag rig, strong arms. Yeah, HKS, you speak as if you do a lot of safes. Here, I don't do a lot of safes. I don't particularly like safes, since that's our topic. Have you ever messed around with safe dials or anything?
Never have.
I've got one back there. You don't have to order from Sparrows.
I don't know if I want to sit down and take the time to chart all that out like I saw in Locknoob's video.
Yeah, I didn't watch his video, but
it's
as a locksmith, I've dealt with safes. I don't drill safes because I don't want to sit for that long and that auto dialer is cool, but it's literally Purple Skull. I just answered your question, Purple Skull. I change combos if it's open. If somebody needs a combination changed. Of course, we deal with Sentry safes that people bring in here. I failed with Harbor Freight safe. Obviously, fail at Harbor Safe Freight. You know the funny thing about that? Yeah, we're talking about a video that I would, if a certain moderator was actually doing his job over here, he would be able to post the link to it. But no, that's okay. You can't because you do it from your laptop. No, I'm just. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. He's not paying attention to chat because he's literally here.
Yeah.
Said it took him 3 hours to do. Bosnian Bill said it took 3 hours to do what? What did Bosman Bill take 3 hours to do?
That's what Locknoob said. It took him 3 hours to open that Sparrows, or he invested 3 hours of time.
Oh, just trying to learn. Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Learning it and then charting all the little dots out.
I've tried. I've got. Actually, if you want to do that, I've got 2 safes. One of them's like 300 pounds, and it's this big. And it's been locked up for 3 decades now. And there's another one right there. It's got a hole in the side that I was going to scope. And I've never done any of that. I've had a scope. When the previous owner was here, he did more safes than I do. And he had the old school with non-LED lights, just just not the greatest thing back 20 years ago. We can't see you, Jason. Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
It's on the outside.
Wes! What's wrong with you, Wes? Dang it! Sorry, y'all. Let me zoom in a little bit. And sorry about that, y'all. You got a good look outside for a while. How about that? Dang it, Wes. Borrow the auto dial. But we have people that are I don't really have anymore because he's pretty much retired, a safe guy who had an auto dialer, and he's gone out and hooked it up. And he said the auto dialer takes I watched the first few seconds of LPL's video, but normally I saw somebody ask the question. Normally it's like a day, like you have to leave it. And maybe quicker than that, but my safe guy said sometimes it takes up to 24 hours. That may be only because he would go hook it up in the morning and not want to come back and then come. So it may have done it way before the end of the day, but to my knowledge, I always said it can take up to a day to do that. And I don't feel comfortable leaving. I don't care what customer it is, a $3,000 or $4,000 piece of equipment to run by itself.
That's what was going through my mind.
Is leaving it there because this person, maybe if you don't know who the person is, the person may be like, well, I had a cheap save, now I've got a $4,000 piece of equipment.
You'd have to leave a GoPro with a Wi-Fi so you could watch it 24 hours a day too.
Yeah, ITL can be up to 36 hours. Thank you for that answer, HKS. We may have a customer coming in, or we may have somebody just stealing my parking spot, so be right back. We'll go be right back. I should go into the shoe shop. They ain't open. Up to 30 hours. Max ITL can be 36. There's a Raspberry Pi auto dialer. Have you ever gotten into the Raspberry Pi thing?
I have bought one of those.
Did you?
I did.
What did you do with it?
I
what
bought
were you
it.
Meaning to do with it?
I did what I meant to do with it.
Really? What did you do with it?
I actually put RetroArch on it, and you can run old Nintendo games on it. So basically, it's like a virtual console in a little box.
Did it come with a little screen? I thought you had to buy like a whole bunch of, like if you wanted.
Well, if you can plug it up to a monitor or whatever,
like a real deal monitor.
Mm-hmm. And it'll run Linux programs, or it's basically a little computer. But I bought it for the purpose of putting emulators on there. So once you have it loaded and set up, you install a card that has all your ROMs on it. You plug it up to your TV, and now you have a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, all of that in one little tiny box. It's portable. And you just Bluetooth a controller, or you plug a controller in.
Well, yeah. Well, I loaded, and we were talking about this earlier because of Black Friday TV deals. Playing old video games on a new TV is so super pixelated.
Yeah.
Was it for yours too?
Some of them are, yeah, or they shrink the screen size down so small. on a 70-inch TV, it may be just a fraction of the space.
We bought one of those for a while, or when Christmas was real popular, the old school video console.
Yeah.
That had them all preloaded. Did you ever buy one of those?
That's basically what this was.
Yeah, I was the point in that. But Kim got me one of those one year. It was like $50, and you got like Sonic the Hedgehog, all these other old school games, but they really all played like crap on the TV. I don't know if it's just me being used to cooler games or better graphics.
Yeah.
But there was a Sony version and then a
Nintendo version,
and I can't remember
Atari.
which one we got. An Atari version. Yeah, we
Yep.
bought one of them, but they didn't do 4K in the 90s. That is true.
Nope.
Like playing Time Pilot 84 using a MAME emulator. Bought a wireless joystick so you could do all that.
There you go.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yep,
With the Pi?
that's exactly what he's talking about. Well, Pi's one way to do it. You can do it on your regular computer as well.
Well, they were talking about, with the whole Ring doorbell. Now that police are like doing something, have you been following the reports on the Ring doorbell in conjunction with police departments? It doesn't give them unfettered access necessarily, but it gives police more access than normal, I guess. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, there's a way for police to go in and request video, and supposedly you have the option
Straight through Ring,
and it gives you the option to either approve it or deny it.
like every time.
I don't know.
Or is it like
I've just
if you
read
approve it once and they can always.
No, I think
go
it's
in?
every incident.
Yeah.
But you can deny it, and then they can go back and get a warrant for it and get it anyway, regardless if your video has anything to do with what happened or whatever.
Like something happened.
But Ring's also partnered with police departments and is giving police departments like a couple of $1,000s worth of these doorbells to hand out in the community, and with the benefit that hey, you can go back and now pull all this video from them.
Thanks for tuning in, Fred. Sorry you're losing service, but thanks for joining in. We may have a customer coming in now, so and the reason we're bringing up Ring is in association with the Raspberry Pi, because I saw somebody saying that you could possibly hook up a Pi to make a doorbell, like a video recorder tied into a Raspberry Pi, and then somehow tied into your modem server to do a live 24/7 recording.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Or people do that with old cell phones too. You can download certain apps and take a cell phone and plug it up in the wall.
Yeah, I like my extra
and
camera.
hook it up to Wi-Fi, and you have a 24/7. It'll alert you when it detects motion.
Because I've been thinking about adding a cameras to the house, and I've wanted a doorbell type camera because we've got German Shepherds, and you're not coming up to you're not gonna break into our you're dumb if you want to break into our house, because we've got 140 pound and a 90 pound high strung German Shepherd that would love to eat anybody given the chance. So be careful, sir. That curb's high. Okay, he's okay. So literally, we just wanted a doorbell type camera to watch people run away when they walked up to our door, because they would, and we wanted to giggle about it. But I also wanted to do, and I've talked about this on Twitter, we have access to like real deal security systems, so I was trying to weigh my options between a real deal security system, or just hardwiring it at the house, or a Ring type doorbell video camera. But and let me also bring up something. If you do access control, there is a program or an app or a system called Butterfly MX. Now that I've said it, now that your phone's heard it, I'm sure you'll see sponsored videos on it. Number one, the system itself is $200 a month, and then of course the equipment you got to pay for, all that. And this is particularly important to integrators. The system is beautiful. You can tie it into your phone. You get like alert notifications on your phone. $200 a month equates out to $14.27.
$200 a month.
Yeah, it's
$2,400
a
yeah.
year. That's ridiculous. Who would pay? Would you pay $200 for any app
No, there's no way.
when there's other options out there?
Yeah.
Versus just your old school doorbell that's hardwired. But the only thing is like all of it's hosted. And this equates to Ring. All of it's hosted on their. It's all cloud through
Yes.
them, and they do that because if you stop paying for the app, guess what happens? You don't get your views and you don't get your doorbell ringing, so they can cut you off just like that.
Yeah, I have Nest and Ring, and basically if you don't subscribe, all you can do is view it live.
How much is the Ring app per month? Like $7, $9, $10?
I don't think it was that high. I think it was $5, something like that.
So you've got Ring for the doorbell and then Nest.
And I've
for
got some Nest
other-
cams up too, to try both.
I've seen them.
And neither one are great.
Neither one are great.
I don't like either one of them.
Yeah.
And I have gigabyte internet, so it's not an internet problem. It's more of an app. Ring is a security issue. Of course, Nest is too, but the Nest app is atrocious.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking about Arlo. I've had people say Arlo is pretty good. The Harbor Freight camera isn't bad for a home. Really? Okay. I mean, based on some of the reviews and some of the stuff like Wes just said, I can see why. I mean, if me as somebody going up, I go up to doors all the time with Ring doorbells on, and I know, number one, like almost always everybody's going to have a motion sensor. Yeah, Wes is just over here buzzing away.
Sorry.
It's okay. He's all right. I've never had a good conversation. I've never been but I also know that most people are going to have do you have your motion set on your front door all the time?
I do. You can set it in zones.
So you don't technically ever have to ring the doorbell because you're going to know once they come up anyway. It's going to automatically start recording. And then a few moments, that's kind of the delay that I didn't want.
It does have a delay.
So if you're quick enough and you're going to see the guy walking away, you're not going to actually see him come up. Somebody that runs up to your door, triggers the motion, and then runs away, you would it probably would delay long enough to see him run.
It'll send you a notification showing you the clip in that zone. So you'll see the clip of the person running up and running away, but in real time, if you were to open it and hit live, they wouldn't be there. But what it is good at doing is catching spiders and mosquitoes and everything else that flies in front of it and lands on top of it.
If I had the money, I was going to buy Ring, Nest, and Arlo. Now, isn't that redundant? That's kind of one of those things where you need to watch what you're paying for subscription TVs. Channels like HBO, you may have HBO in your Prime membership. You may have HBO in multiple things, and you're literally paying double for the same thing. So I would think having different platforms of video would kind of be like paying double for the same thing. Because doesn't Nest have a doorbell cam?
They do have a doorbell cam. Yep.
So you could get rid of your Ring and just pay Nest all at one price, or is it extra per camera?
They charge you an extra for each camera.
Yeah.
It would probably work out to be the same, but I like having both because I'm guaranteed notifications on one or the other.
Hey. Who wants to ding dong ditch Jason?
Yeah, I saw that.
Kuna. Yeah, they are.
They don't be open on Saturday no more.
Nah, not no more.
What time y'all open by tomorrow?
Them?
Yeah.
Us? 10:30.
And what time they open?
8.
8 o'clock. I gotta get to see my ugly shoes.
Well, they ain't that ugly.
I'm going to a 70th party.
Oh, okay. Well, they ugly. I like them ugly shoes.
Them stockings that come up to here, the short skirt. I'm gonna get these dyed black because my outfit is black and silver.
Yeah, they won't be there till Monday morning.
Ain't these platforms?
Nah,
Sort of like
close enough.
Back in the 70s when we used to wear ugly shoes like this.
Yeah, they're not really platforms, but
This really is not a platform, but it's an ugly shoe. It's a comfortable shoe.
close enough, right?
Huh?
It's close enough, right?
It's a dance skin, but this costs like $100 and some dollars.
Wow.
These are the kind of shoes we nurse in. But this is a shoe. This is the closest thing I can get to a platform.
It works.
There you go.
Huh?
Said it works.
But see, I had neck surgery too. So I can't wear nothing real high.
Yeah.
I had my 3C, 4C, 5C, and 6C fuse back in July.
Oh.
So I'm really just getting back up from that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a blessed day.
You too. You got live witness to it. Y'all always see it, but
You guys have no idea some of the stuff.
He's
Comment below if you think Jason needs to open a shoe shop here on Saturdays.
shoe shop on Saturdays. If we liked him more, we would help him by taking these shoes in and giving them to him Monday morning. But
Oh, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah. Another. Ooh, quick on that.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't him.
That's Night Owl. He's so fast.
Thanks, Night Owl. Night Owl's like, bam. I don't know why those comments get blocked because they're like, hi, so and so. That one was for some reason blocked.
Because YouTube. That's why.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. YouTube is so. We're talking about the whole COPPA thing, the under 13. You got to have your video set, but they keep recommending YouTube Kids to me. I don't watch under 13 videos. I don't want to have nothing to do with anything under 24 is about my max there. Yeah? 24. This is a 24 and up channel. Actually, I'm looking at my stats. Very few people under 20 years old anyway here. Almost everybody's 30 to 45, which makes sense. Same age bracket. Get Frank to handle the shoe repairs.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Frank's not here. That'd be 3 people in the house, and that's way too many. We don't want Frank here today. Hey, Cheerio, what is up? Wait, Cheerio's been here. Wait, hey, Rob came in. Okay, I got it. Y'all are confusing me. Going back on the camera thing, which we were pretty much done talking about. 25 or 35 with an SD card. Oh, I'm so mad about, I mentioned last time about Purple Skull, you're 15. I'm just messing. That's fine. That really actually kind of adds to my age bracket statistic things. I don't know if you're really 15. You really 15? Maybe. I think you're fibbing. I think you're like 80, which I don't have many 80-year-old subscribers either. I don't know why, but
They come in the shop, though.
they definitely come in the shop. Definitely come in the shop. So let us talk. One thing that we're going to talk about is Wes. Micah's over 50. Okay, he is. Well, I'm just messing about the age thing. But it is a big topic now because of the YouTube ridiculousness. So you're just over the age bracket of. So that's something that doesn't that you don't really, that nobody talks about. Everybody bitches about YouTube doing the whole thing, but what about people in that age bracket? How does it affect those people? I guess if we watch that bracket of videos, we would know because they probably have their own videos. But in some way, that's got to affect theirs. Number one, they don't have to watch ads anymore. Number two, the creators of those channels aren't going to be making money anymore, right? I mean, I don't know how that.
I don't know how that works.
But I wonder if you're at that, what is it, 13? Is the 13? So you're at that age bracket. I wonder if your YouTube is getting like weirdly fractured somehow or another. Maybe.
But let's be honest. How many actual kids actually have the YouTube Kids app? I mean, if they're 9 or 10 and they're smart enough to use a phone, they're going to regular YouTube, even if they have to use the browser to go to it.
James has been 26 for the last 3 years.
That's a good plan.
That's my plan. I've been like 35 for the last 4 or 5 years. So I turned my Facebook. Facebook actually got mad at me because I kept turning I don't want to get irritated on my birthday. I don't really like people. I mean, honestly, very few people I like, but I turned my notifications off on Facebook on my birthday so I don't get tons of notifications. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
My wife, when she was on there one year, decided to change her birthday as a gag.
Mm-hmm. They don't like it.
And so people at work actually brought cake and held a party, and
it
wasn't even her birthday.
She forgot to. I always do it for a few weeks before.
Yeah.
But if you do it, and now you can just set it. This was before. Everybody's like, all you got to do is set your Facebook. to not show a period. But
Right.
several years ago when I started that, there was not that
Not
option.
that option, yeah.
You couldn't do it back then. And it was just a carryover where I just kept doing it.
And they only let you change it once or twice a year, I think.
Yeah, they got mad at me. They got mad at me after a few years. So let's see what Wes did, y'all. Let's see what Wes did. It's so easy just to list their age credit. Yeah, you can just start a new Google account. Yes, Jimmy Long's welcome. That is Wes in the house, one of our moderators who is local to me. And we're going to talk about what Wes did this week. We're going to talk about the locks that Wes screwed up this week. I told you I was going to say that.
Yep.
No, he actually didn't screw this up. He actually got this off. And I have had this beautiful herd padlock here. Wait. There we go. Wes got it open. Yay, Wes. I actually told him I was going to put a hand cam up for him and make him pick that quickset lock that I showed you last week.
Yeah.
This has been attached to this. So an old cowboy, I got to go get my cowboy hat for this. An old cowboy came in once and was like, I'm from Texas, and my grandpappy gave me this padlock 20 years ago, and we ain't never had no key for it. And every time I come to Mississippi, I come in your store, and I've just figured I'd bring this to you because it's about to come out. Is that coming out?
I think the shackle will come out.
Really?
Yep. One of the other videos said that it would.
And I messed around with this thing. This has been in my shop now for 10 years. Now, that cowboy was old at the time. So he's obviously even older now because I've had it for about 8 years. And he told me, he's like, I don't come to Mississippi often, but when I come back, if you want to mess with this old thing, I figured I'd leave it for you. And if I die, then you can have it. So he may show up one day, he may not. I tried picking this multiple times. I'm not going to reset it because right now it is in the pick state. Yay, Wes picked it.
Wes also nicknamed it the turd instead of the herd.
This is turd. If I turn the core back, and I'm not because I tried impressing it, and he said, when I got this, YouTube really wasn't a thing. But I found out Wes discovered that LPL and Bosnia Bell have both done an exact padlock. If I turn this core back, though, the bigger core, right, the bigger cylinder rocks back and forth. And I'm going to let Wes talk about how that was felt.
It definitely does. I mean, it turns probably a good quarter of just like a best lock would. The outer core does. And unfortunately, you see that lock and you think the core is removable, but it's not. There's no way to remove it. It's in there. But when Jason first handed it to me, question I had was, which way does the core turn? Does it turn clockwise or counterclockwise? So fortunately, couldn't get anything to bind going counterclockwise. Was able to finally pick it clockwise, and that's when I decided to search and find the other two videos on YouTube about it, and one of them opened clockwise and the other one opened counterclockwise. So
that little tab moves in there, though.
I'd love to see it be removable. Is that the locking paw for that other side?
Mm-hmm. That's a spring-loaded tab. It's just rusted shut.
Yeah.
I think we can get this. Let's see if we can get this off in live, y'all. Just because Wes said it couldn't be done. Can't be done. We'll go comments.
We can always take it to the drill press.
Oh, no. Too bad there's no lishy for a herd. Wes, I want to show. Was it a hard pick, Wes?
Like most of the stuff Jason gives, I just pick for fun. You go buy a new lock, they're easy and the pins are easy, but these locks that are old, weathered, and have a ton of grime in them are a lot more difficult. So I saw on Lock Chat, shout out, where we're talking about the Master Lock pucks being a very difficult pick after they've been in service for many years on the back of a truck. I would say this is probably similar. The pins are real crunchy. There's not a lot of feedback. And when you have the outer core turning with the inner core, you're not sure how much tension to put on it. I actually had to vary the tension on that one. So it wasn't a put light tension or put heavy tension. It actually had to vary to get it picked. So, but no spring tension on it at all while you're picking it.
Yeah, it does not have spring tension. Like it doesn't want to relock itself. I need a where's my here it is. You know, I'm wondering it doesn't want to push down, so I can see why you didn't think it was gonna come out. But anyway, this is the first time this has been released from its cable in a while. I think it's likely just rusted up. But some of these pins you actually have to push out.
I think we estimated the lock back to the 40s or 50s. If somebody in the chat knows, that'd be interesting to see.
I wonder if it's in the locks and keys throughout the ages book over there. Third company probably is. Need a head torch. I thought about going to get my my hard hat and putting it on so I could use the head. And maybe the pin holding the core, thump it on the side of the shackle hole. No. It's just not pushing in. But I do see quite a bit of rust. Oh, did I get it?
See if that helps you. Shout out to Night Owl.
Thank you, Night Owl. Yeah, I looked this up in the book too. That doesn't look spring loaded. That pin looks like it pushes out, or like it's pressed in there, kind of like a friction press in.
Yeah.
So me sitting there pushing just made it that much more difficult. That much more difficult to get out. I don't see how they expect you to freaking do this, though. I guess they don't.
Hey, the book says it's easy to remove, so just FYI.
Well, books are always right. Just like the internet's always right? You know, and I am seeing that wedge shape thing. What is this like a? I do see that wedge shape. No, that's the core.
You need to remove the shackle first. Night Owl said.
That's when the shackle comes out. I noticed that. Yeah, that shackle does come out more. Apparently, Night Owl has messed with one of these before. Ew. Thank the 1970 Locksmith Ledger Padlock Handbook. I've got the Padlock books. But we'll probably just save it for a video. And look,
it's gunky. Yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about that makes it a difficult pick. Ooey and gooey.
That'll be I mean, that's going to end up being, if now that he's got it open for me. Thank you again, Wes, for that. Now that he's got it open, I can take it apart and make a key, because that was ideally what the guy wanted, was a key for it. Hey. So, yay, Wes. Another thing. Wes had actually asked me if we have any locks that we lost.
How's it going?
Hey,
Good. How are you?
Locks that we've lost this week. Check your Twitter DMs. I guess he's talking to you. I can't check my Twitter. I could by going to a thing, but
I think that's the one that I just showed you.
But the Reed Padlock code books. Yeah, I've got a set of those. And
yeah, that's it.
I looked it.
Oh, he sent another one.
I looked it up in the Reed books.
Here's another one of it. So apparently the shackle comes out right there.
But how? Oh.
And then the shackle is removed by its locking hole.
This vintage gunk.
That would definitely make another good video, though.
Yeah, a whole separate video.
Taking apart a herd lock, and then you can impression it.
Yeah, because the other
take the
two
pins out.
only picked it, right? They didn't take it apart. They just picked it.
They said it couldn't come apart.
Video
In the
idea.
So
They said that it couldn't happen, and we're gonna make it happen, yo.
that's right.
Future video. The herd, now that it's open, technically a 10-year in the making video, even though I never thought I'd be making a video about it 10 years ago. And if that old cowboy's still alive, he'll be happy to get him a key. I tried to impress. Okay, Logan's YouTube, thanks for joining in. Purple's asking about calling. I prefer not, because even though some people have jokingly, the people who have called was to tell me of an issue. And since I have an on-site live moderator today, I don't think we need that. And it really just throws me off because whatever. No. So no. The answer is no. Unless there's something going on behind me that one of the other two mods did not pick up. Only from Australia. You're only allowed to call me if you're in Australia.
At 3 a.m.
The other one, hey, since
You want me
you're
to go grab
close-
that?
Yeah, I was going to say with the locks that Wes lost this week. Both of these I gave to him last week, and he smugly, I hate it when he does that. He smugly was like, oh, I got it in 3.5 minutes.
No.
I'm like, whatever. I spent 10 years on that.
I really think he's had it open a few times. He just says it took 10 years.
And this has been in live. Watch it come fly.
That'd be my luck.
That would be funny. You see your Australians calling.
Uh-oh.
SE lock and key. Good. Yeah, but we're only open in store today. We don't have anybody that can come out. All right. Somebody said there was an axe murderer behind me, and you didn't catch that.
I did not.
That's way.
And I really can't see the chat that well, because if I try to share the screen with Jason, it's going to look like we're hugging in here. So.
But this is wafers. We talked about this in a couple of lives, I think, because I've had it for a while, and I gave it to him to try to get the core out, and he couldn't get it out either. Hey. Said he opened it like 100 times.
At least. Basically, you touch two pins and it would open.
Yeah, I mean, you could open it. And
It
actually,
was stuck.
if you do try to single pin pick it, like
that's what I did.
Door, like I couldn't get it. Like I mean,
Two
I don't know
pins.
if it was. Yeah, it was just there's something funny about this lock. And yeah, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and probably he may have lost some and not known it, and a broken spring in there. And I'll let Wes tell you about that lock. It's it would pick open immediately. That lock has multiple keys are used. It is Mason keyed way too much. Now Mason keying is where you have the outside of a door, like in a fourplex or a quadplex. It's pretty common to do it on fourplexes. It's not as really dangerous, but basically you are stacking up a bunch of pins in at least one chamber. This one had 20 to 30 doors on it, which is, you just don't do that. You don't make a lock work with 30 different keys.
No, I mean, it's an absolute nightmare. The first 1 and 2, the pins in 1 and 2, chambers 1 and 2, are basically stuck in place to the point where I didn't even think there were pins in them, especially when you're picking it. And then eventually I got pins 1 and 2 loose to find out there is a light spring in there, but now it seems like one of them's jammed, and I haven't had any luck. And the core actually has some flop in it some play in it. So
That's that shaking. I guess.
there's no telling. There's there's probably a spring or one of those build-up pins or driver pins that's hung up in the control lug, stuck, which basically seizes it up and then turns it into just a regular 6-pin lock, is my guess.
Yeah, and what I wanted to do, I didn't want to do anything with it besides get it out of the housing. Of course, I could cut it out of the housing or do whatever to get it out of the housing. But this is where Wes comes in. I give him all the crap that I can't get. And he still didn't get it, but that's because it is so crappy keyed. And obviously now that all the pins have fallen out of it, I'll never know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins there. And I'll never know how they keyed it other than probably you don't know which chamber they came out of?
No, I mean that.
Like as you were pulling out all of a sudden?
No, as I was picking, I pulled my pick out after SPP in it, and there was a wafer. Of course, this one's full of goo too. There was a wafer stuck on the pick, and so then I went to picking again. There was another wafer. So then I decided to look in the core, and there's 2 more wafers stuck in the core and part of a spring. So
obviously it's shot.
But I think there's still pins in every chamber. I don't think all of them came out of one chamber.
But that 1 and 2 pin is staying up. It has no spring pressure.
Tap the. I could get 1 to get very light spring pressure, but 2 seems like it's jammed.
And anyway, long story short, the customer wanted me to recreate this, and I'm not going to do that. Never. If somebody tells you to key up a lock to 30... Man, I've been running my batteries down. If somebody ever tells you to key up a lock to 30 keys, just say no. Just say no. It's bad. Bad, bad, bad. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you for the reminder, Brian. Appreciate that. You must have told callers 1,000 times that you can't do call-outs on Saturday because there isn't enough demand. Yeah, somebody has said that I could have a whole person just running Saturdays, but I don't. Employees are a whole big problem. Now I've got shop hour Saturday. Kim doesn't come into the shop on Saturday, so we're literally just a storefront on Saturdays. And actually, I do have to go adjust somebody's door before I leave this afternoon, so I got to write myself a note. I'm actually going to do that right now because I'm thinking about it, and if I don't, I will sure drive out of town and forget about it. So employees suck. 30 keys. What do they have, a key checker on their door? Yes, absolutely. That was definitely a key checker. And of course, these are people that are self-important, so they got all pissed off that they had to carry a separate key. Go by lady's house. I'm getting more and more into post-it notes. In fact, I posted a post-it note on pin stacks.
Yeah.
That's why I posted that post-it note on you.
Well, we were just talking about pin stacks, so.
Pin stacks. Wes wanted to talk about pin stacks, y'all. Pin stacking, or basically making sure you're
Balanced pin stacks.
balanced pin stacks. Why? The question of the day is, why are there balanced pin stacks? Post in the comments if you know the answer to that. I know a few. Jeff, Night Owl, don't. Let somebody else answer, because
Let the newbies.
Let the newbies answer. Why do you have pin stacks in a lock, or balanced pin stacks? In other words, if you look at a king, like a king deal, it'll say if you use number 10, it'll be bracketed off. If you use 1 through 3, you need to use this size pin. It was quiet, but we have an obligatory siren in the background. Why are there balanced pin stacks? And he knew the answer. He was just kind of thinking of an idea for talk about, because right before live, I was like, well, if you're staying for live, you got to come up with some shit to talk about. So yes, we're going to wait just a minute and see if anybody knows.
There you go.
You can moderate from your phone.
I will moderate.
So you know now next time. He usually runs from a laptop, so they can moderate his
Yeah, the phone is not fun to
moderate.
to look at.
Moderating. Let's see if somebody should have got it by now. Come on, Lock Force. Spring deformation. Nailed it. First one to nail it. Hey PDX, good morning. What's up? Rune has a video about it. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I'll have to check that out. No good commercial worker 50-50 split. Yeah. Max also, yes, you got that right. That's it helps the key in and out easier basically. It kind of pertains to Max that you can't screw up your max. You can't go beyond your max because the key will be hard to pull out. However, as we talked about in Saturday Morning Live 40, actually, the LSA key that I did on video, where all I did, I avoided the max by using a different wheel, but I had to balance out the pin stacks. I had to reduce the pin size because it wouldn't come out. And once I reduced the pin size, it's not, makes it easier to juggle. It's not really, it's more about, Peter says, so they have proper spring tension across the entire range of depths of cuts. Looks good when you display them in the
I laughed about that a minute ago. That's great.
Good one, Pocket Woman. That's a good one. Hey, Nathan, what is up? First time live viewer. Welcome to Saturday Morning Live. Purple Skulls and some of the longer bottom pin, you can use a shorter top pin so you don't frick the spring. Yes, it's mostly about spring, so you don't smush up the springs. And I typically, like when you get them from a factory, the stacks are never balanced. They recommend it,
and then they don't do it.
And they don't do it. It's like when you get a brand new lock, they're all going to be 180 or 160 or whatever pins. I can't say offhand that I've often taken apart one that's been pounded. Even original Sargent come all one size, and I think they recommend. So it's one of those things where do as they say, don't do as they do, I guess. And it really only affects if you're master keying. So that's really the only time you have to worry about it. If you're rekeying locks on the daily, like house locks, I don't balance pin stack Schlag. I don't balance pin stack Quicksand. I'm probably gonna get flamed for that. Oh my God, he doesn't balance it. But I'm not gonna, on a regular rekey on a lock that's worked for decades, fine with all 180 top pins. I'm not gonna sit there and count out how. I need to take number 3 top pin out to put in a little bit tiny shorter pin. I'm not going to do that. So really, if you're master keying stuff, yes, it is important because there's been a number of times where, especially if you have a long top master pin, it'll cause a problem with the key going in and out, which in turn means the spring itself will be crushed. So there's not enough space in a 1 key pin, an S7 driver, and an oval. Well, those ovals do have a really tall Bible, looks like, too. Wes has fondled my oval that Rune sent me, and he's pretty impressed with the smoothness of it. I redid my bench over there. Yeah, you see? Grab it? Right underneath maybe behind the round master lock to the left. Other left.
This way?
Yeah, that left.
Padlocks.
No? Okay. I thought I had it. Oh, that's an American padlock key. I thought that was a Ruco. But
it's probably right in front of me.
I may not have hung it back up because I am in the midst of. Oh, don't worry about it. But yeah, it's got a tall Bible, but that's just like ASA. It's got a real big Bible, but ASA is really strict on these, high security cylinders. If it tells you to use a certain size pin, even with regular rekeying, yes, I will. But unless the key itself has unusually deep cuts, like Sargent loves putting in their master key system straight from Sargent. Or somebody stole our spot when Wes wasn't looking. Hey, that was part of his job today, was run out there and assault people who were taking our spot, and he's over there looking for.
I'll take the mega tweezers out there.
The mega tweezers. I still got to grind those mega tweezers down. Get a nice point on them. And Night Owl, he chimed in on it. I knew he would. If you use a bunch of very short key pins, because the springs will be bridging. The short. Yeah, that's another reason too, because that'll cause issues with kind of the levels in there. Simply using a long top pin and long keeping master pin will crush the spring and jam the key. Yep. I did not see Charles Bill's crap join in, so good morning to you. Hey, Urban Locksmith, what's up? Yes, happy belated Thanksgiving. I brought my, I wish I would have known he was going to show up. I would have bought him a ham sandwich too, but I bought me a ham sandwich. You didn't get ham this year, did you?
We had turkey.
Yeah, turkey.
We did turkey.
Instead.
Yep.
Kim doesn't like turkey. So, which some people don't like some things. So we
That's
had a
right.
ham this year. Normally we do like a chicken because literally it's just a big chicken.
There you go.
A little bit different flavor, but we shove a can up its ass and throw it on the grill.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you call that? Beer chicken?
Beer chicken.
Beer
Yeah.
chicken. That's how you do it in the U.S.
That's right.
Shove a can of beer up a chicken's butt and throw it on the grill, and I don't know how long later, an hour and a half or something, you got a juicy drunk chicken. Drunk chicken.
That's it. Yeah.
Let's see, one of the other things about we covered that, and we kind of talked about our puppy. Oh, German Shepherd puppy. Hey, German Shepherd puppy. Let's go ahead and show you all out here who took our spot, just to rat them out there. Right there in front of the sign. And I even, when I came in, Wes threw the sign out there and was like, "Do you need me to put the other one out there?" And I said, "No, usually I do, because some a-hole will take our one spot, so that's why I put 2 spots out there." Sure enough, lunchtime though, so it was 12 o'clock already. Shoot, I think it threw me off yesterday. Bye, Gumby. See you later. Thanks for joining in. Check out, Rune said check out. Yes, everybody, if you're interested in high quality locks, Rune shows some stuff on his channel. So check out Rune's channel
Definitely.
for sure. And everybody else, Night Owl has a channel as well. He hasn't uploaded lately, has he? I hadn't looked over his
I
channel.
haven't seen one lately, no.
Sundays are my day off. And this week was Thanksgiving. Yesterday was Thanksgiving here in the U.S., so I kind of got thrown off my normal channel or normal schedule because of that. So tomorrow I'm going to go back really well over my subscriptions. I started trying to check my subscriptions once every morning just to see if anybody did one out. 2 reserve spots. Oh, I've got 2. No, well, our landlord does not get involved. He says you do what you want. Don't get me involved with it. So, I got to switch back. I did that last time. Yeah, he's like, just don't get me involved. I don't want to know. You can do whatever you want. So we've got 2 signs, and I just don't put them out because on one token we don't really need 2. One's good usually on Saturdays, but until somebody does that, just a-holes for sure. Let's see, Rune. What does Jason subscribe to? What do I subscribe to?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. I'm subscribed to a lot of you guys who have channels, even though sometimes I don't get a chance to go and watch them all the time. I always, if I see, my notifications, which we were talking about those sub, but yeah, I'm subbed to a lot of you guys, and I'll at least, if I don't have time to watch a video, or if I don't want to watch a video, I'll at least hit you guys with a like. Remember, hit the thumbs up right now if you're thinking about it. But I will always hit you guys with a like because you did a video. But my none is like King of Random.
That's a good one.
Yeah, non-locksmith related. D and Inman, which is a YouTube. It's a YouTube. 2 guys that do literally nothing. They really just talk about YouTube, how to do things on YouTube. Learned a lot of tips for live. I don't know. Do I physically look so red, or is it just the camera today?
I think it's probably just the camera.
I look so red today. Weird tint. Sometimes my shirt changes the color too. I right now I'm into City Skylines, the game on your computer, just as something to not think about anything besides building a city and destroying all the little guys that run around in the city. I downloaded the natural disaster DLC so that I could throw a meteor in him. King of Random did pass away, yes, unfortunately. Yep. But the channel's still running. It's the 2. He had actually been not doing.
That's right.
He had really not been doing a whole lot of videos. He still did some, but the original King of Random did pass away. almost a year ago now, maybe a little less, but they're still, him and the girl are still doing videos daily. Good Mythical Morning, sometimes I'll watch them, but Rhett and Link, they're just kind of a little bit out there for me. So a couple of gaming channels, and of course like PewDiePie and stuff, just to see what kind of trouble he's getting into. I don't ever watch his videos, but I am sub to him because, you know, you were supposed to. It was like a rule. You had to sub to you had to sub to PewDiePie, but I don't ever watch his videos. And what else? I don't really subscribe. Of course, LPL, Bosnian Bill, and all those. And a few others who have subbed to me, but I don't watch their videos. And I don't. There is another YouTube Locksmith that I don't watch the videos on. So, Wes needs an evil laugh, right?
Yeah, I do.
Need to put in an evil laugh for
Sound effect.
sound effects. Yeah, that was another thing that they were doing in their live this morning when they were talking about how to do lives or good things to do. Is they had little background sound effects that they would trigger off. We're gonna I'm in the process of teaching Wes how to run the OBS so that I can just take a nap over here and let him run the whole live. Yeah. So
You're gonna talk while you take a nap?
That'll be number 45.
Number 45.
And again, let's see, what about future? We were at 12:15. Shoot. Hold on just a sec. We're about to wrap it up here, y'all. Let me answer this. SE lock and key. Hey. Hey. How ridiculous. That the channel? Oh yeah. Are they like British guys or Australian guys? Some? Yeah. That's another one. Yeah, that's another one that I sub to. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. All right, man. Yeah, I'll check it out. All right. Bye. And I forgot about them. There's so many that I'm subscribed to, but literally, the How Ridiculous is the the name of it. But they have Splinter. I think they each have their own Splinter channels too.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
But it's like they're always dropping shit.
Yes, that's all they do.
That's all they do is drop stuff off of the tower, and it makes me wonder: did they buy that tower, or did they just have permanent lease rights?
That tower was put up for some research center.
I kind of had the idea the other day to do some drop tests. Too, 'cause I've got a big building right there.
You should definitely do that.
Get on the roof of that big building.
We could test out the strongest padlocks. One of us had to be on the ground to rope it off.
Drop.
So that nobody walks under it.
Can West catch up A701
Yeah,
American padlock from 10 stories up? Well, 7 stories up.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, and I've been on the roof several times. In fact, just recently, you saw that picture on the top of the shop. I was standing up by the red thing over there, so on this side of the roof. But down, and one of them is right over a parking lot, so and by a dumpster. So technically, I could probably go back there and rope it off. But I'd have to put plates. Oh, I've got an idea. Yeah, I'm having more ideas. I've got some squares of tempered glass, thick tempered, beveled, that was used. And I've got tons of those in the back. Don't ask me why. I've got tons of beveled glass squares, but will a A1105 break tempered glass sheet from 7 floors up? And I've got enough cameras to run it. Yeah, that's an idea. That'd be hard to do. Have to get permission from the guy up there, or just don't tell him.
Sweep it up real quick.
Who called in? Yes, a subscriber called in. We appreciate it. He doesn't chat. He doesn't post chat, so he just decided to call and tell me, which is okay. So teach Dalp how to do live. I think Dalp's problem a lot of times is the hey,
how are y'all today?
Good. What can we help you with?
Can you make a Polaris key?
Yep. How many do you need? They're $5 each.
I'm probably just a backup, or while I'm here, you might as well make 2, I guess.
Okay.
Do you have a can you do me a favor? Is there a way to get a black or make it a head. Just that's the only one they cut. No problem. Thank you. Y'all been busy?
A little slow today.
Well, Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Can you do a four-wheeler key too? Super. My children lost all the backup keys and figured out how they managed to do it, but they did it.
So you want to go two of these?
Two, yeah. Just in case.
Yeah, we were talking about that this morning. It was over in Texas at like 10 o'clock this morning, so probably 5 or 6 o'clock today.
Thank y'all.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, what done this, Wes?
They were talking about master key systems and different.
Oh, deviants, yeah.
Yeah, and devents.
Deviant's a pretty cool guy, but he needs to stop being so smug about not doing advertising on his channel.
Yes.
Just do your video. Sorry, some people like, getting a little extra couple of dollars for doing the work that's put into some of them. But he does do, he's a smart guy. Sectional Sergeant Keys Everest on exteriors. Schlage, Sergeant, and Corbin Russman. Yeah, Sergeant by far. I don't see a lot of Corbin Russwin being used as sectional. In fact, you got to have a really big business to make sectional.
Alright, welcome to my wife. My wife said, oh, we need extra house keys.
Okay.
Need 3 of those, please.
Do you
Now,
want
why
it-
she wouldn't think of that as I was in there.
Plain brass for $225 or any of these colors or patterns?
Just regular, yeah, be fine. Thank you.
So it's on.
Now it's on.
Okay.
That's a different off.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's the monitor. That's the feedback if you wanted to listen to it through headphones or something. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. It's an hour and a half, so we are done with today's live. Sorry about the little delay. Let's do something back home there. And I wanted to thank Wes for tuning in with me today. He was about to skedaddle, and I'm like, you have 5 seconds to decide whether you're staying for live or not. And I made him stay. I didn't. I wasn't going to let him leave.
Thanks for letting me stay.
No problem.
Fun times.
Thanks for joining in. Is it your first YouTube live?
Yes, that would be correct.
It's my first two. It's my first two. No, really, I appreciate it. He sometimes feels bad because he comes up here and like he thinks he's wasting my time, but in reality, he's making me not have to work.
I'm that customer that Jason has that video about where he's in the stool and he kicks his feet up and he's going to sleep. And I feel like I'm that guy sometimes.
That's all right. That's it. Single tenant, entire building. Yeah, going back to multiplex or different groups of keyways. Because you can do it on a smaller scale, but it's kind of pointless. Because I'm just going to cut it on an LN master key. Destroy that security of that system.
Another one Night Owl said before, too, we need to shoot a padlock out of a potato cannon. That's definitely a Mississippi thing.
It is. How would Night Owl know about a potato cannon?
Yeah, aren't those illegal in New York?
No, but it has to have pressure. That wouldn't work.
You
with
would
a
have to put
padlock.
a potato in one end and a padlock and
in
then a
front of the
potato. Yeah,
potato?
sandwich a padlock with potatoes.
Yeah, because Cheney has a T-shirt cannon that he's not allowed to use anymore because he broke Walker's sign with a shirt.
No, we'd have to go to a field and shoot it, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I want to shoot it off the 2906 building.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah,
But you can't.
at the
there's-
new hotel.
There's no
We
way
can
to
go
know
through
where it's going.
We can go through a ninja and shoot padlocks.
At the new windows.
Yeah. And then, they'll never know who was shooting padlocks.
No, they wouldn't have any idea.
No idea out of anywhere around here that would shoot padlocks at them.
Nope.
It's a Michigan thing, too.
Watch the windows get busted out, and then they're going to watch this live.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Only the maintenance section always only had LN. I mean, we have people come in with LN keys all the time, and, you just have to cut them on an LN. So, yeah, we do cut a lot of LNs. And I did a sectional video one time on Sergeant, and it's not our fault that if somebody comes in with an LN key, we don't know what keyway. It could be LA, B, C, D, so we just literally have to cut it on an LN key. And recently we used to do the master keys for Sergeant are more expensive. I bet you didn't know that.
Originals are usually more expensive.
Well, not just originals, but if you have an LA and an LN, the LN's more expensive. By a pretty good little bit. So, but we had always done one price for sectional and then another price for the master keyway. And recently unfortunately, we raised the price of the regular, and that's not our fault. That's manufacturers raising their money all the time. But we made it the same as what the master keyway was. And my reasoning there is we don't really cut a whole lot of the LA or the master keys, but we do cut a lot of the sectional. So it evens it out and makes them all one price.
There you go.
And even if we have to cut like 10 for somebody comes in and wants 10 LN keys, we would be losing money on that sale. But overall, we're able to make more because we cut a ton of LAs, and LBs is common in this area. RCs, a few other ones. So SC20s, and I've got one customer with SC20, and does your machine hold them at all real well night out? You have to be very, very careful because it'll flip out of the machine. Shoot the locks with the cannon. Locks have been shot over the years, and I've got shooting buddies. I used to be a shooting buddy. And I've still got shooting buddies, and people are always trying to get me out to land. So, did you get my note on your website? I did, Ronald. I have not had a chance to respond to emails, but I will. I'm bad with emails, but yes, I did get it. So, I'll shoot you a message back later. But, LPL and Bosnian Bill did their whole shooting thing, but I'm going to do one on mounting regular door locks. Because even locally, remember that guy on Pearl about a year ago that shot his way?
He sure did.
He shot his way through a door lock. And I'm in the process of getting my glass door guy to try to cut me, which has taken 6 months, but he's notoriously slow. But I'm going to try to get a rail out of the active rail of a door once he gets a torn up one or something where he can cut me off a piece of the rail to mount a glass, narrow style glass door lock.
There you go.
And,
Hello.
hey. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Oh, yeah, it's Small Business Saturday. Hey, go shop small business. It's Small Business Saturday. And I'm supposed to be doing some kind of buy one, get one free or some crap. Or does that apply to Small Business Saturday? Small Business Saturday is just go spend money locally. Instead of Best Buy or all those other ones.
I think this whole week is Spend Money Week. America.
America, spend your hard-earned money.
Yeah.
We're gonna make everything just a little bit cheaper to fish you in. But I was going to mount some like Kwikset and Schlage, some like old Schlage, new Schlage, and shoot the dang things and see.
Good idea.
See what happens to them. Because everybody shot, padlocks. We know what happens there. So.
Exactly.
And yeah, I just got to get my buddies together and go out because here it's a minimum 30 minutes to get somewhere where you can go out in a field and shoot. You just can't. Where we live, it takes
minimum.
At minimum, you have to drive 30 or 40 minutes to go to an area to go shoot things in a field. So once that opportunity presents itself, I'm definitely planning on that. And anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's way past 12:30 now, so an hour and a half. I did not start at 10:30 today. I started at 11, and then Wes had this suggestion. We've been kind of brainstorming about, you know, the change that we were talking about last week, what I want to do for the new year. And one of those things is probably going to be vary the times just a little bit to keep you on your toes, keep y'all on your toes, and then teach him more of the OBS so that I can go take a nap and he can just run it. Obligatory mail video. They always come at 12:30, except when Night Owl sends me something and he's expecting it, and then they come at 1:30. So, but anyway, all you guys who I missed, Secure Tech, I just saw you join in. So good morning, good afternoon for us now. PDX Pick Kit. That's a new PDX. Is that the same PDX? Or did you just change your name? I thought there was a PDX lock picker and a PDX.
Yeah.
There's two PDXs now. Oh my goodness. Y'all are driving me crazy. Changing names and stuff. I never did figure out. Somebody up there changed their name. I can't remember who it was. Get off this walk! There's two of them. All right. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks, Wes, for joining in today.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
No problem. He bought me coffee, so I figured it'd be nice to, let him get on live. No, you can't have my parking space. Anyway,
Let's
thanks
go get
again,
'em.
y'all. We are going to go ahead and shut this down. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in, as always, especially y'all overseas who stay up late. PDX is the airport code for Portland, Oregon. Oh, ours is JAN.
Yep.
Even though it's Jackson, there's no JXN. It should be JXN, because literally here everybody calls Jackson JXN, but it's JAN.
I don't think those codes go by abbreviations anyway.
JAN.
Yeah.
In the obligatory, we don't have anybody to come out right now. Yep. Anyway, that's it. I just run back over the old comments. So thanks again for stopping in, y'all. Happy Saturday morning live. 41. We're going to turn this off. Lock force. Disassemble. Thanks for joining in, y'all. Wes, final words?
Peace out.
Y'all have a great one. We'll catch you next video. I don't know what it'll be, but there is going to be a couple of... I'm working right now in my feed is an antique. I've got a couple of antique videos that are kind of hogging my memory space, so I'm going to be doing a couple of antique videos probably tomorrow will be my things that I do. But anyway, thanks for tuning in again, y'all. Have a great one.
And don't put Q in quick set.
Yeah, what he said.